Hello lords and ladies, welcome back to Cartoon Hangout, your place for all things cartoon. It's about that time again for a new Ben 10 review, and this week I'm covering Season 2 Episode 3, Framed. In it we get the return of Ben's nemesis, Kevin. He's got it out even more so for our pint-sized hero, even going so far as to frame him for crimes he didn't commit. It's the standard framed hero storyline that you've no doubt seen in a billion stories these days. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D's done it, so has Arrow, and even the Avengers. While a bit tired, it's almost expected if you're dealing with superheroes. Heck, even Supernatural can't escape from it. And that's why I don't like this particular episode. To avoid using the overused C word, I'll just say such storylines make me wince, because the audience always know more than the characters hunting the heroes, and it can get frustrating if dragged on too long. It's a personal preference of mine. However, that doesn't make this episode any less of a solid one. Sure, yes, it skims the surface with this trope, but it doesn't do any worse than any other show does. Plus, it helps that the writers for this episode very quickly establish that Gwen and Max find out it's Kevin and not Ben early into the episode. So we're saved an entire episode of those two being out of character and thinking Ben could do any of this. That's actually my one nitpick that isn't just a personal preference. That Gwen could actually think Ben would be so irresponsible he would attack innocent cops and civilians. It's a big misstep by the writers, and it's incredibly illogical. But again, doesn't take up more than 7 minutes, so that's good. The return of Kevin is, of course, great to see. He's now more on the road to being one of the big bads of this series more than ever, especially with his final transformation into the amalgamation freak we know he becomes. And while a bit sudden, it's interesting to note that he loses the ability to control his powers after Ben tells him he's worthless. As I no doubt noted somewhat in his first appearance, Kevin is the anti-Ben in ways later attempts at anti-Ben haven't been able to achieve. He's not some alternate Ben from an evil universe or some experiment. He's what would have happened to Ben without his family there. A true testament to how the right upbringing can change everything about a character. An idea being explored on The Flash, as we speak. My point is that Kevin grew up in a bad environment and was never loved by anyone. So to hear Ben, his former friend and current foe, claim that Kevin isn't worth his time and never was, clearly sent him over the edge or had a profound mental effect on him. It's not spelled out or even called attention to, but to me it was a very subtle and powerful moment between two former friends. Other than that, I say it also warmed up to this Steel character that was introduced. If he'd stuck with being a giant a-hole who was hunting Ben, I'd like him less, and that would be a little boring for Season 2. As an ally, I think that would be a great story to show. Unfortunately, I'm aware he never reappears in this series until Ben 10 Omniverse, and that's a shame. The concept of a tactical team hunting aliens but somewhat siding with Ben would make for some cool adventures. But alas, it wasn't meant to be and was dropped by the show's writers. In conclusion, it's another solid Season 2 episode. It didn't have my most favorite premises, but damn if it didn't tell a fun story regardless. What about you, though? Any thoughts on Framed? If so, leave them down below. I'd love to hear from you. Make sure to subscribe to Cartoon Hangout for more cartoon reviews. Thanks for watching. Take care.